Hey, everybody, welcome. What's on my mind? You know, these are things that are just on my mind. Hey, we're back here. What's on my mind? People who are in America right now need to take the steps to secure our rights for all future generations going forward. They're in danger of getting way too many elk on the landscape and justify bringing wolves back onto that landscape. Anyway, I'd love to have everybody's thoughts on that. Some of our happiest elk hunters are the guys who are coming out of Western Wyoming, backcountry, horseback elk hunts, killing lots of bulls. That's why I like to hunt with a 300 Winchester Magnum. Allow American hunters to import trophies that are legally killed in other countries? Those are the questions to be asked, but I do want to know what you think about this. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. We're getting toward the end of another week. In a couple of days, it's going to be Saturday. The weekend is here. The weather's supposed to be pretty decent from what I could see, at least in our area. Hey, thinking about all you folks out there in middle America that are getting some really, really tough weather. I looked at kind of a nationwide weather map, and there's flooding. There was a lot of really bad weather. I saw some of it was hitting like that Kentucky region, Pennsylvania. Just kind of this big green stretch right through the middle of the United States. It just looked really rough. So once again, thinking about all you folks that are out there in the flood zones, even here in Oregon, like Harney County down the Burns area. Like I said, we're thinking about you guys. Hope you guys come through this all right. Big news in America today: Trump's tariffs kicked in. Stock market dropped 1,600 points because a bunch of pansies decided to get their panties in a wad. Like in all seriousness, folks, we got to stop overreacting to things. Just know this: there's a bunch of people making a whole bunch of money today when the stock market drops. So you think, oh, everybody loses. No, there's people short in the market. They drive panic and fear. A lot of it's politically driven. Don't listen to all the noise. Shut it out. A couple months from now, everything will be back to normal. Everything will be fine, especially when we have a normalized trade relationship with the rest of the world. And if someone's charging us 10% tariff, we should charge them 10%. If someone's charging us 20, we should charge them 20. Reciprocal tariffs. Be nice if the whole world had free trade, but hey, it doesn't. So they can all kiss our ass. We're the United States. We're the best. Throw up the double guns to them, the middle ones. And, let's rock on America. All right. So, a couple of things came down the pike this week, and I had a couple of questions that came in. First and foremost, business, also about Saturday. Saturday, about 5:40 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Duke will play their Final Four game. And when they're done dispatching those folks, we'll be moving on to the championship game. So, Houston, you're in for a rough ride that night. Cooper Flagg, Con Knuppel, Malawach, all the boys, they're bringing their A game on Saturday night. I just know it. I'm wearing the Duke black tonight. Why? Because I've got a black heart at the moment for all the hate I got for whoever they got to play. Mad respect for Houston, but Duke's bringing the heat that night, moving on to the championship game. I'm really hoping that on Monday night I get to watch Duke play Florida for the championship. I think that's just like the dream championship game matchup that so many of us are waiting for. Okay, on to hunting news. I got an email. I'm going to put on my glasses here because while I can see antlers on a deer at a mile, I can't read little text up close. So anyway, I got this notification from the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources. Dear customer, we're reaching out to you because you've applied for Utah hunts in recent years and this year, and we appreciate your passion and support, blah, 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 blah. Over the past week or two, you may have heard rumors about Utah's non-resident fees, and we want to reassure you there will be no changes to any fees related to the 2025 big game or antlerless application periods. This applies to both of the drawings and any permits you may obtain through them. So if I've applied for a tag and I get lucky enough to draw one, I got like 25 or 27 elk preference points. Maybe it's my year. I don't know. I will not be charged a higher license fee because any license fees will kick in later. So then it goes on to say some non-resident fee increases will go into effect later this year, although these changes are generally lower and more modest than speculated. The Utah legislature passed a law last month authorizing higher non-resident fees to help fund the purchase of large blocks of land that offer protection to wintering wildlife. Learn more about the new law and see the details about the fee change. There's a link in there. And that goes on to remind me that the deadline to apply for Utah's 2025 big game hunts is April 24 at 11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. All right. First and foremost, I am all about money being used in the right ways. And if Utah is truly going to take higher license fees and go purchase blocks of land to create some protected winter range, that's conservation. If the money is used as it's being described, I'm all for it. I don't mind a little bit higher license fees or a lot higher license fees for all of us, as long as the state agency is using the money appropriately. And we have got to protect winter range areas and develop winter range areas so that they will, sustain the wildlife through the worst months of the year, the months when they are at the most at risk. So I know not everybody wants to hear about higher license fees and tag fees. Inflation's a bitch. There's no getting around it. But if the Utah Division of Wildlife is truly going to use the money to, as they call it, fund the purchase of large blocks of land that offer protection to wintering wildlife, and I'm going to assume that it's going to help with the purchase, maybe Mule Deer Foundation, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, Sage Grouse Coalition, whoever it is. Hopefully some conservation organizations are chipping in there, and there's groups that are going together to purchase this winter range. I hope that that's happening. I hope that the money is being used like that, and it's not being misallocated or anything like that. So, that's an email that I got this week from the Utah Division of Wildlife, and that's my first thought on it. Okay. Second, we had one of our fans, a follower, sent us an email asking about the Colorado preference points. There's a lot of speculation about what's going to happen with Colorado's preference point system and the applications. They have a very heavily weighted program right now where if you have the most points, you're going to get the tag for that unit. And there really isn't what I would call like a random drawn. There's still speculation. Look, there's no skinny to be had on it yet. The best of my knowledge is that everything's still speculation and that nothing is rock solid, but we're constantly listening and waiting for something to be released by the Colorado Division of Wildlife. But what I will tell you is this: if you have maximum preference points right now, use them. There is a push across all of the Western states. Wyoming is one that's definitely got some changes coming down the pike too. There's a, call it a push or a change on the horizon across the Western states because of the vast number of people who want to come from other parts of the United States and hunt the Western states as non-residents. There's a push for some change, and a completely heavily weighted preference point system. Like if you have no preference points and you're 30 years old and you know that the Unit 2 elk tag in Colorado is going to take 28 points this year and probably 38 points by the time you're 68 years old, are you going to wait 38 years to have any prayer at all to even apply for a tag? No, you're not. You'd be an idiot to just say, I'm going to donate my preference point money and hope that 40 years from now I get a tag. That sucks. Okay. And yes, people who waited 28 years this year, it sucks that you had to wait that long to have any chance at all to draw a tag. So if Colorado does anything, I hope that they do something along the lines of 75% of the non-resident tags go to people with maximum preference points and 25% of tags aren't a random draw. That seems relatively fair to me. I don't like Arizona's method of it's a bonus point and everybody has X number of tickets in the hat for every bonus point that they've got. That's just too random. I want the people that have the most points to have some amount of certainty that they're going to draw a tag. I like the way that program played out. I didn't like it when Wyoming took their or cut their non-resident like sheep and moose tags in half, because I felt like that really cut down the number of non-residents who were going to have an opportunity to draw a tag in that state in their lifetime, especially for sheep and moose tags. Of course, I'm biased. I'm at the top of that heap. I've got well over 20 points. And now I'm not thinking I'm going to draw a tag the next few years. I'm thinking it's going to be 10, 15, 20 more years before I draw a tag because there's a lot more non-residents right there in that same area of preference points as me. Um, no matter what, sheep tags are not supposed to be easy to draw. They're supposed to be a once in a lifetime lottery ticket. If I never draw a tag in Wyoming for sheep or moose, I will understand. Um, I drew my once in a lifetime sheep tag in Oregon, got my bighorn. If I never got another one, I'd be okay with that. But I know there's a lot of people out there who would like to get their one tag, and just fulfill that life dream. But no matter what these states do, someone's not going to be happy. You can't make everyone happy in a lottery system. There's no perfect draw system. Like I said, I don't like the way Colorado's program is now because it de-incentivizes people who are, like I said, 30, 40 years old from ever starting to apply for the elite tags. It's going to be way out of their league by the time they actually get around to being able to draw a tag, or they're going to be so damn old, or hell, they may die of old age before they ever get a tag. Like, seriously, if you're 40 years old today and you have no preference points in Colorado, the most elite tag, let's say it's unit 2 or unit 10 or 2A, is, like I said, it's 28-year draw this year. It might be like a 40-point draw. Well, if you're 40 now, you want to be 80 when you draw the damn tag? Hell no. You'd like to at least know that every single year you put your name in the draw, that there's at least a sliver of a chance that you might pull a random tag. Colorado needs to implement, like I said, some sort of a 75-25 split. But if I was sitting on max preference points or damn near max preference points in Colorado this year, I'd be spending them. I would have been in the draw. And if you didn't do it this year, do it next year, because I want to say that sometime in the next few years, we're going to see some change from Colorado. I really think that you're going to see Wyoming do something where it's a bonus point system, like maybe closer to Arizona's program. Once again, nothing's been put in stone. Nothing's been, ratified in terms of a law or a rule or a program. But, and what would really be cool would be if all the states had the same program. Everybody's got to be individual. But if every state had the same program, it'd be a whole lot easier to understand and figure out. Travis Price in our office stays up to date on everything he possibly can because he runs and implements our SOA tags program with Kelsey, and they work real hard to keep up to date on stuff. He's constantly telling me, hey, you wouldn't believe what I heard today, but I can't get anything on it. Or, hey, the state just released this. Like I said, he got the same email I did on Utah Division of Wildlife Resources and license fees for people who applied this year. We try to keep up to date on all of that stuff. I say we, meaning him. I delegate that, and I try to get information from him. I will continue to ask him about anything new coming out of Colorado that is rock solid, or anything coming out of Wyoming that is rock solid news. And when it's newsworthy, I'll tell you about it. All right. Something else I got asked by somebody, can I use my 7 PRC for a brown bear hunt in Alaska? I was like, no, we won't let you do it. We're not those guys that want our brown bear hunters poking little itty bitty holes in them. But what I did, take a conversation with him on was, what is a 7 PRC's limitations? What is it really good for, right? It's an incredibly accurate round. The way it's designed to shoot big, heavy, high G1 BC bullets and be extremely accurate. The PRC calibers are accurate. I told him, I said, look, with the right bullet, not all bullets are created equal. With the right bullet and within the right range limitations, I have no problem with somebody hunting for elk, even moose. Okay. And to a certain degree, mountain grizzly bears. Now I'm a 30 caliber fan for grizzlies. The 7 PRC to me would be a fringe mountain grizzly caliber, but in the right hands with the right bullet and within the right range and shot distance, for energy, I'm not going to rule out the 7 PRC. Black bear, mule deer, whitetail deer, antelope, like I said, elk, all no problem. Brown bear, I draw the line. Brown bears are bigger, coastal grizzly bears, salmon fed. you need a minimum. I mean, like a bare minimum of a 300 Win Mag with a 200 grain Swift A-frame. That's our minimum. Like when someone calls and says, "Hey, I'm going to take my 300 Win Mag on my grizzly bear hunt," I'm like, it's okay, Alice. Okay, you're recoil sensitive. I beg everybody, get something bigger. We're doing 300 grain Swift A-frames out of 375s. Look, you put a muzzle brake on the gun or a suppressor, and the recoil's not that bad, guys. Come on, even gals. Like the recoil's not that bad. 338 Win Mag to me is the best minimum caliber for a brown bear hunt. Put a 225 grain North Fork semi Spitzer, Barnes TTSX, or Swift A frame in that gun, Nosler partition, Nosler AccuBond even. I mean, at least those are good, well constructed bullets. Are going to hit like a freight train, give you the Mike Tyson on the chin kind of treatment. And that is what you really want to be putting down range when you're hunting big coastal brown bears. And if you're on the peninsula, yeah, without a doubt, you better have that 338 as an absolute bare minimum. And if you do show up with a 300 Win Mag, expect your guide to use his big boy gun, his 375, his 416, Remington or whatever he might be carrying to poke some more holes in your bear after you hit him the first time. Like I said, 7 PRC, extremely accurate. For a lot of guys, fun to shoot. Hunt within the limitations of the caliber and the bullet that you select. It all makes a difference. I like to go back and make fun of these guys that are like, "Oh, I'm going to moose hunt with a 22 ARC. I grizzly hunted with a 6.5 Creedmoor." Nothing pisses me off worse than when animals get shot and they suffer because people wanted the challenge of hunting with a light caliber. If you're recoil sensitive, maybe you shouldn't grizzly bear hunt. All right. Like, I don't know. Be like saying you want to go hunt Cape Buffalo with a 30-06. Come on. That's why there's a 375 minimum in Africa. They actually care about animals getting hit with something that'll kill them quickly, dispatch them quickly, ethically, cleanly. Yeah, just think about it before you go in the field. But 7 PRC, love the caliber. It's extremely accurate. God, we're selling a lot of ammo. Pendleton Ammo, we literally had to reorder brass for the first time because we started going through it so fast. Great bullets are available. They hit hard. And if you're within range and everything, like effective range, you put the bullet where it's supposed to be. Black bear, mule deer, whitetail deer, antelope, elk, moose, no problem. Mountain grizzly, it's fringe, but possible in the right hands. So, but no, I'm a solid no on brown bear and polar bear. So anyway, there's that. All right, something new. We're working on a hell of a project here at Steve's Outdoor Adventures and the Adventure Armory. We launched Adventure Distributors. It's literally adventuredistributors.com. It's a website. We're really excited about it. The site, look, I get asked a lot by people, "Hey, where do I get a good sleeping bag? Where can I get my waders? What's this gear, that gear, everything else?" So we put together we bought the URL adventuredistributors.com, and all the gear that we test and use and everything else, we're amassing links to places that you can purchase it at adventuredistributors.com. All right. And what I'm going to start doing is kind of bringing some of those products on the show and sharing them with you a little here, a little there. Hopefully I can find something kind of every night. We're doing a lot of like hunting, fishing, camping, like everything outdoors. Right. So the first product I'm going to bring on show everybody tonight, and I'm kind of a clothing junkie for the outdoors. And this summer I plan on doing a bunch of fishing. So I was talking to folks at Cast King about some stuff that we were putting on the site that we really like rods and reels and stuff. And they're like, "Steve, you got to try our clothing." I'm like, "Oh, come on." Like, no, seriously, try the Cast King. So I put on the shorts this morning. Like, I'm just getting dressed for that. I was like, "Oh, I'm going to try on these shorts and see how they feel." I didn't take them off. Like, no joke. I'm going to stand up. They're comfortable. I mean, super, super comfortable shorts. And I've been dying to wear shorts since, like October of last year. So with a little bit of blue sky coming this morning, I thought, okay, I'm gonna wear shorts today. Turned out to be about 44 degrees, a little brisk outside for shorts, but I got to wear shorts for the first time this year today. And I wore the Cast King shorts all day. Super comfortable. I like them. I mean, like they instantly become a favorite. I'm going to order like 3 or 4 more pairs of them in different colors. I want the khaki color. I like khaki. It's a color I like to wear. But then they also sent a couple of shirts for me to try out, and I'm going to order a couple more in various colors. But this shirt came and I put it on. It's a button-up shirt, and it's really comfortable. It's got nice pockets, but it's also got a hood, like because I want to do some fishing over on the Snake River and the Columbia River and stuff this year. Having a hood to pull up on hot sunny days, protect the back of your neck, from getting sunburn, stuff like that. Real important. It's SPF 50 shirt, no less. I bought a couple more today. I went online after I tried this one. I really liked it. Like I said, it's got all the right pockets and everything. I like the material. I'm going to wash everything with this camo wash stuff we have that like makes it even more water repellent. But this material seems like it would be fairly water repellent if I put that on it. But anyway, the long sleeves. I'm not going to get sunburned while I'm wearing it. I'll wear the shorts. Go out on the boat, catch some smallmouth, maybe some rainbow. Um, I'm wanting to hit Richland, the Snake River, get down the Columbia, maybe do a little walleye fishing with my boy Stephen Brinkley down there. Hell of a fishing guide, probably the best one on the Columbia River, bar none. And and sturgeon fish. I really want to get out and sturgeon fish this June. He and I talked about that when he was here at the office yesterday. And I mean, go get them big hogs. Well, last thing you want to do is just sit out in the boat in the sun all day and just bake in the sun. So I want to be able to put the hood up, SPF 50 shirt, comfortable, like good stuff, right? I'm impressed with the way it's made and everything else. So when I tried all that stuff on, I wore it around a little bit today. I told the guys like, hey, get those Cast King shirts and shorts. I've put those links up on Adventure Distributors. The guys are working hard at this. We've been going through all the gear, sleeping bags, sleeping pads, all the outdoor gear you could imagine. It collectively as a group, we're like going through all the brands and we're putting these links on this website, and we're up to like 6,000 or 6,500 links to various products in the outdoor industry that are on adventuredistributors.com. And now the next thing we're gonna do is like for all of our hunters and fishermen that book their trips through us, we're going to send them digital, packing slips that are going to have links to everything in there. So, because let's face it, matter of fact, we just got a call tonight. Travis was asking me, so I was going out there like, hey man, these guys are going on a grizzly hunt in like 11 days or 12 days. And they don't have their 20 below sleeping bags to go on the April grizzly hunt in Alaska. I'm like, God, talk about waiting to the last second. Come on, guys. Big Agnes -20. Get the Elk Park bag. Boom. Get the climate, sleeping pad. You got to have that pad, good pad to sleep on. We'll send them links to this. They're going to be able to order this stuff, get it shipped straight to their house. It just makes it easier. We don't anticipate that everyone has the gear that they need automatically every single time. Shooting sticks, backpacks, you name it, all that stuff. It's all on there, and we've got like 9,000 SKUs to go. Our goal is 15,000. This is stuff that we've amassed knowledge on over the years, and we want people to be able to shop for this stuff without having to go all over the world on the World Wide Web. We're going to put it all on a website so you can find the links and go to the manufacturers and retailers and whoever's got the best price and stuff. You'll be able to go to it and get that right from the Adventure Distributors website. So it's adventuredistributors.com. We're really hoping everybody likes it. And we haven't finished our design. We're not hot launching this website till July 1st, but it is live. And, I'd love some feedback. If everybody goes to adventuredistributors.com and just takes a look at it, just let me know what you think. We're working on like the page will look far more beautiful on July 1st than it does today, but it's a functional website. Lots of categories on there. And like I said, we're real excited about the future of being able to help our customers and fans and followers go to one website that has all the information, all the various things. I want it to be like Google for hunters, fishermen, outdoorsmen, camping, whatever it is you're going to do. We'll even have off-road stuff on there at some point. Because let's face it, all of us that are hunters and fishermen probably have a 4-wheel drive truck or something close to it, and we use that to get around the sticks. Well, you might need light bars and winches and all this stuff. Well, it's all going to be on there eventually. And I'm excited about the future of that. And yeah, I'm excited about the future of that. The other thing that happened this week, we got confirmation that our Pendleton ammo brand, all of it's up on ammoseek.com. So when people all over the world look for ammunition, they go to ammoseek.com. If they put in a caliber, and we have it, like 7 STW, 7mm STW ammunition is, we may have the only stuff in the world, like 505 Gibbs. We're the only thing that pops up. We're very fortunate at Pendleton Ammo. We have stuff that a lot of other people don't have. And so to have AmmoSeek locating our ammunition for people is big news, and we're really excited about it. So, like I said, there's stuff going on all the time. We're working hard toward things, trying to, bring the latest and greatest information. If there's a topic you want us to talk about, if you've got a question for me, if you've got a question for Travis, hit us up, drop us a PM, put a comment down below. We want to make sure that we cover all those topics. And I want to touch on this again. I'm going to remind everybody, we're giving away 2 SOA Platinum Tag Services, okay, in a sweepstakes. When the Facebook page gets to 100,000 followers, or the YouTube page gets to 15,000 subscribers, and it's free. When I say subscribe, it's free. Just click a button. Remember, when we hit those, every time you've liked a post or one of our shows or made a comment, those are all entries. You get and for every time you do that, you're entered. But we're not going to draw those winners till we get to 100,000 Facebook followers and 15,000 YouTube subscribers. When those 2 things happen, we'll pull 1 from the YouTube when it hits the mark, and we'll pull 1 from Facebook when it hits the mark. And those people will get a free Platinum SOA Tag Services membership, and it will open doors for you. At that point in time, Travis and Kelsey and the team are going to help you make your applications to all the Western states, the best units, the best draw applications. My team will implement that for you. Once again, we're going to give away 2 Platinum SOA Tag Service memberships when we hit those marks. So remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the Facebook page, like them, make comments, send us messages. Every time you do something, you're entered to win. And hopefully you're one of the folks that, fortunate enough to start going on some of these amazing Steve's Outdoor Adventures trips around the Western states. Okay. I've got some research to do tonight. I'm going to make some calls. I'm going to look into a few things for tomorrow night's show. I'm going to be excited to wrap this week up with a good show. I'll have a new product to share with everybody tomorrow. And we'll see you then. If you've liked listening to What's on My Mind, remember to give this video a like and either follow or subscribe to this page so that you never miss a single live episode when we stream them from right here in our studio. And don't forget to drop a comment below. I want to know what's on your mind.